Recognizing the complexities of relationships requires recognizing the faults that can turn women off. Unlocking the secrets to meaningful and lasting connections can be a difficult path. In today's video, we will tell you the 10 mistakes low-value men make that drive women away. Avoid these. We will examine 10 typical mistakes that people frequently commit, unwittingly harming their ability to develop solid, devout, and enduring relationships with women. Now what's the next step? Like this video and subscribe to us. Let's begin. Number 10. Failure to communicate. A healthy relationship is built on strong communication, but many couples struggle with this skill. Nevertheless, one of the most typical errors that males make is that they fail to communicate in an open and truthful manner with their spouses. Emotional connection and candid conversation are typically highly valued by women. It's possible that misunderstandings and emotional distance will result when males choose to avoid dialogues or keep their ideas and feelings to themselves. It's important to remember that communication isn't only about talking, it also involves carefully listening to one another. When their spouses attentively respond to what they have to say after having honestly listened to what they have to say, women feel appreciated. It is essential to maintain open lines of communication and deal with problems as they come up in order to create trust and closeness in a relationship. Number 9. Being inattentive is another important mistake. This might turn women off and cause them to withdraw their interest. When men in relationships fail to demonstrate genuine care and attention to their partners, it has the potential to make women feel devalued and irrelevant. It doesn't take much to make a woman feel valued and loved, even if it's just a simple gesture like remembering an important day, inquiring about their day, or engaging in meaningful discussion with them. Making an attempt to dominate or control the relationship. Making an attempt to dominate or control a relationship is a mistake that can lead to stress and discontent. Women place a high emphasis on their autonomy and the capacity to make their own choices. It can be claustrophobic for women when males try to control every element of a relationship, and it can also lead to animosity on both sides. Respect and trust between partners are the cornerstones of a healthy relationship, which also makes room for each party to maintain their individuality. Number 8. Failure to respect boundaries. It is crucial for each individual in a relationship to respect their own personal boundaries. Everyone has their own boundaries, and it is essential to acknowledge and respect these limits at all times. Ignoring or violating these boundaries might result in unease and a lack of confidence between the parties. It is essential to have honest conversations about limits and to make certain that both parties experience a sense of being respected and safe. Number 7. Inadequate emotional support. The ability to offer adequate emotional support is an essential component of a happy and successful relationship. It is possible for women to experience feelings of isolation and loneliness when men fail to provide emotional support during difficult moments. It is essential to the development of a robust emotional connection to be there for one's spouse through the highs as well as the lows that life inevitably brings. Number 6. Neglecting one's own self-care. While it is vital to concentrate on the psychological components of a relationship, one must not forget that one's physical appearance and one's own self-care also play a part. It's possible that your partner will find you less appealing if you don't take care of your personal hygiene, health, or looks. Taking care of oneself is an act that exhibits respect for both yourself and the other person in your relationship. Number 5. Being dishonest. Trust is the cornerstone of any successful partnership. Trust is the cornerstone of any successful partnership. It is possible to damage trust and drive a wedge between people emotionally when they engage in dishonest behavior, such as lying or withholding vital information. Maintaining trust and intimacy requires being honest at all times, especially when doing so necessitates having challenging talks. Number 4. Refusing to take responsibility. No one is flawless, and misunderstandings can and will arise in interpersonal relationships. One of the most typical errors that males make is neglecting to acknowledge responsibility for their conduct or refusing to provide an apology after they have done something wrong. It is absolutely necessary, in order to keep a good relationship, to accept responsibility for your transgressions, and to demonstrate a genuine desire to make amends. It demonstrates maturity as well as a commitment to personal development. Number 3. Concentrating solely on physical closeness. There is no doubt that the level of physical closeness between two people is a crucial component of a love relationship. On the other hand, alienating women by placing an excessive emphasis on physical intimacy at the price of emotional connection might backfire. It is necessary to find a happy medium between emotional and physical closeness in a romantic relationship. Both the establishment of emotional connections and the maintenance of the emotional facets of the relationship are of equal significance. When it comes to relationships, putting an excessive amount of emphasis on getting physically close to one another can drive women away for a variety of reasons. It lessens the intensity of the emotional connection, which is the primary effect. Women frequently view emotional connection and open communication as essential building blocks of a satisfying romantic partnership. They may experience feelings of unappreciation and undervaluation if these features are ignored in favor of focusing on the physical. In addition, objectification may result from placing an excessive amount of emphasis on physical proximity. Women don't want to be treated as just objects of desire. Rather, they want to be recognized as unique people who have thoughts, feelings, and goals of their own. When this emotionally significant feature is ignored, it can lead to feelings of insecurity and a decline in one's self-esteem. In addition to this, it can lead to a diminished level of trust. It's possible for a woman to see a partner's exclusive focus on physical attraction as a sign of shallowness or a fear of committing, which can cause her to have second thoughts about the future of their relationship. In essence, disregarding an emotional connection, respect, and trust can cause women to feel alienated and force them to push men away, despite the undeniable need of maintaining a tight physical proximity. It is essential for a good, long-lasting relationship to have a holistic approach that gives equal weight to the relationship's physical and emotional components. Number 2. Taking the relationship for granted. One of the most significant errors that men can make in a relationship is to assume that it will always be stable without putting in any effort or gratitude. This is one of the most common blunders that men make. Women crave the sense that they are treasured and valued. When males take their partners for granted and cease expressing thanks and compassion toward them, it can result in feelings of neglect and discontent for the woman in the relationship. Complacency is one of the reasons why some men may take their relationships for granted. It is common for both partners in a new relationship to become complacent once the early enthusiasm of the connection is worn off. When this happens, they may cease putting in as much effort as they did in the past. Because of this complacency, the individual may end up ignoring the emotional requirements of their partner. There is also the possibility that societal expectations and gender norms will play a part. It's possible that some guys were brought up in homes or communities where they were discouraged from expressing their feelings in a straightforward manner. Because of this, it may be difficult for them to completely engage in the emotional components of a relationship, which can lead to a feeling that they take the connection for granted. Additionally, an individual's focus and energy can be consumed by extraneous stressors such as work, financial obligations, or personal concerns, making it difficult to prioritize the relationship as a higher priority. Number 1. To have healthy relationships, there must be effort put in, comprehension achieved, and constant communication. Men need to be aware of and actively endeavor to avoid making these 10 typical errors in judgment and behavior. However, it is essential to keep in mind that every relationship is different, and that people's preferences and requirements aren't always the same. The important thing is to keep lines of communication open, to be responsive to the needs of your partner, and to work hard to develop a connection that is healthy and mutually gratifying for both parties. By avoiding making these typical blunders, guys may fortify their partnerships and develop a connection that will endure a lifetime with their significant others. That's all we have for you. If you loved this video, do let us know in the comments. To watch more stuff like this, subscribe to our channel and share this video. Have a great day.